The Power of Three, Part 2, PMP exam tune-up. Welcome. Let's jump straight into it. The way it works, I show you a question and I give you three options. The purpose is to find our gaps and to tune up for the exam. I'll let you read the question, hit the pause button to read and have more time. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this, my friends, is assess the problem. The question says, a stakeholder tells you, this is verbal. What you should do first is, of course, go through logging it into an issue log, not a change log. You wouldn't raise a change order. You wouldn't log it in a change log. So the best option in what you've been given is to assess the problem. Next question. As project certainty increases, so does. Okay, time up. If you need more time again, hit that pause button. The answer to this question is, as project certainty increases, so does the need to be predictive. There's no need to use a complex approach. We don't want our approach to be complex. We want to use an approach to address certainty, right? Even if the question said, as project certainty decreases, so does, the answer wouldn't be C. You wouldn't want to use a complex approach. You'd want to use an approach to deal with complexity. And as project certainty increases, the need to be agile decreases. The need to be predictive increases. Okay, I hope that makes sense. As you get more certain, you can be more predictive. All right, let's move on. Your project delivery approach is one time. What does this describe? 3, 2, 1. The answer is iterative. Adaptive is not one-time delivery. That's agile. Change-driven is agile as well. It's not one-time delivery. It's multiple deliveries. So the best answer is iterative. Next question. I'll let you read it. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this is incremental. This is an example of an incremental delivery. It is well spelled out in the Agile Practice Guide. Would recommend you open it up, take a look. This example is right from there. Next question. What is a sprint? The answer is time box. A sprint is not a deadline, and it's not the earliest time a phase can finish. In fact, we don't use the word phase in the world of Agile. So the best answer, my friends, is time box. Next question. Teams complete features in the form of. If you need more time, remember to hit that pause button. All right. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this, my friends, is stories. Teams complete features in the form of stories, not tasks, not work pages, not work packages. Next one. You are the project manager on a small hybrid software project. You're experiencing a schedule delay. What should you do first? 3, 2, and 1. The answer is corrective action based on causes. You don't know the cause of the delay, so you cannot prescriptively say crash or fast track. Next question. You're working on a project with a low degree of change and a high delivery frequency. Which approach should you use? Think about this. Hit the pause button for more time. The answer is incremental. Incremental has a low degree of change and a high frequency of delivery. Go to page 18, 19 in the Agile Practice Guide clarify that. For those of you who are struggling so terribly with your PMP exam, I want you to know there's help. Go on down to hpmexam.com. On most Sundays, we have a 4-hour immersion session. We cover people, process, business extremely rapidly. It will help some of you. hpmexam.com. Here's your next question. As project uncertainty increases, so does what? The answer is the need to use a different approach. As project uncertainty increases, so does the need to use a different approach. Think about it. Project uncertainty, moving away from the simple zone, right? You need to use a different approach from whatever you're using. The best option would be C. Can you argue it and say, well, the need to be agile? You could be more agile, but you may not be entirely all the way to the far right of that Stacy model, or all the way to the far right of the continuum that the PMI has presented. So what I was looking for, the best thing I was looking for is C. Could you argue that A is a plausible answer as well? You could argue it, but I just wanted to call your attention to the fact that not everything has to be agile. It could be hybrid. So you may need to use a different approach from whatever you are using. Definitely, it's not the need to be predictive, right? So the best option is C. A would be the next best. All right, here's your next question. Before committing to user stories, the team should consider the story size and what? 3, 2, and 1. The answer is capacity. You should consider capacity, not velocity. Your velocity is contingent on your capacity after all, right? So the thing to consider when you're taking on a story is, am I available? Is the team available? How available is the team? Next question. Perform frequent incorporation of work into the whole, no matter the product, and then retest to determine that the entire product still works as intended. This is called what? The answer is continuous integration. Not continuous testing, not continuous deployment, but continuous integration. Take a look at page 56 in your Agile Practice Guide. Make sure you know what continuous integration is. So incorporation of the work into the whole is what the integration piece is largely. Next one. In Agile, time box research or experiments are known as what? Again, remember to hit the pause button if you need more time. 3, 2, 1. The answer, spikes. Next question. Your project delivery approach has a goal for customer value. What does this describe? Hit the pause button. The answer is adaptive. Remember, adaptive is also known as agile, also known as change-driven. This focus on value is one of the hallmarks of Agile. Next question. Per the Agile Manifesto, business people and developers are expected to work together. What? Okay. The answer is daily. Business people and developers should work together daily throughout the project. Next question. You are the project manager on a predictive manufacturing project. You're experiencing a cost overrun. What should you do first? Hit the pause button. The answer? Investigate the overage. You wouldn't apply management reserve without knowing what the problem is. You wouldn't apply a contingency plan without knowing what a problem is. So your first line of action should be always to look into it, investigate. Next question. As project uncertainty increases, so does what? Okay. Hit the pause button if you need it. The answer, the need to use a different approach. Same thing as what you saw previously. It wouldn't be the need to use Scrum. That's prescriptive. It wouldn't be the need to be predictive, obviously, because uncertainty is increasing. You would need to use a different approach. You may need to blend in more Agile, but the key thing is you're using a different approach. All right. Again, for those of you just coming, my friends, don't forget hpmexam.com. On Sundays, we have the 4-hour immersion boot camp. You're going to get access to a mock exam of 180 questions to boot you into shape. You're going to get access to a 590 plus page book that has quizzes for every task of people, process, business. It's very rapid and it helps people who are struggling on the test. Here's your next question. Per the Agile Manifesto, value responding to change over what? The answer is following a plan. Responding to change over following a plan. Per the Agile Manifesto, build projects around what? 3, 2, and 1. The answer, motivated individuals. Not small teams. Yes, we could have small teams, but we will build projects around individuals who are motivated. You could have a small team that is unmotivated. You could have a smart team that is unmotivated. Next question. You're working on a project with a low degree of change and a low delivery frequency. Which approach should you use? The answer, predictive. Low degree of change, low frequency of delivery. You got to remember page 19, page 18 in the Agile Practice Guide is very important for your PMP exam. Next question. In this life cycle, you provide finished deliverables that the customer may be able to use immediately. This is known as what? The answer? Incremental. You got to know this stuff in your Agile Practice Guide, my friends. Chapter 3, APG. Next question. On an Agile project, who should be responsible for managing the work? The answer? The team. Not the project manager, not the product owner, it's a team. Next question. As project certainty increases, so does what? 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this, my friends, is probability of completion. It wouldn't be risk of rework. That would decrease. And it wouldn't be cost of completion because you're more certain. So instead, the best answer would be the probability of you getting the project completed. Next question. In flow-based Agile, the team pulls features from the backlog. Hit the pause button if you need it. The answer? Based on its capacity to start work. It's not based on cadence in flow-based. And every 2 weeks is the same as cadence. So the answer is A. Next question. In Agile, when an important person requests a scope increase in the middle of the iteration, what should you do as the project manager? 3, 2, 1. The answer is not to refuse it. That's not moving the process or the problem forward or the request forward. It wouldn't be to add it in because remember, we forbid as much as possible any change, as much as possible, I said. So in the middle of the iteration, someone wants a scope increase, you wouldn't just add it in. Remember, all of these things mess up your velocity, 1, 2. All of these things need to be weighed by that accountable person who is really the product owner. So as a project manager, because by the way, on your exam, the PMI a lot of times would use project manager as a catch-all for anything. Facilitator, servant leader, scrum master, you see them say project manager instead. So what you would do here is, of course, defer to the product owner. So the best answer that alludes to that in some way is C. You defer to the Scrum team because the product owner is on the Scrum team. Okay, that one is a bit of a tricky one. So the answer is defer to the Scrum team. All right, let's go to our next question. We're getting down to the wire here. As a general guideline, demonstrate whatever the team has as a working product at least once every what? The answer? 2 weeks. Next question. Kanban and Agile are similar in that they are both subsets of what? 3, 2, and 1. The answer is lean. This is explained in the Agile Practice Guide. Next question. Which of the following are characteristics of Agile approaches? Choose all that apply. The answer is all of them. Reprioritization, regularly updated plans, and frequent delivery. Next question. A more traditional approach with the bulk of planning occurring up front, then executing a single pass, a sequential process. Which development approach does this describe? Hit the pause button if you need it. The answer? Predictive. Next question. Your project delivery approach has a goal for speed. What does this describe? The answer is incremental. Incremental delivery is all about the speed. Remember page 18 and 19 in the Agile Practice Guide, that table. Make sure you read that table on page 18, I believe it is. Next, in this life cycle, the project manager takes advantage of things that are known and proven. This is known as what? The answer? Plan-driven, also known as predictive. Next question. In this life cycle, you allow feedback on partially completed or unfinished work to improve and modify that work. This is known as 3, 2, and 1. The answer is iterative. Iterative is exactly what this describes in the Agile Practice Guide. Next question. You decide to leverage both aspects of iterative and incremental characteristics. Which life cycle does this describe? 3, 2, and 1. The answer, my friends, is Agile. Next question. You're working on a project with a high degree of change and a low delivery frequency. Which approach should you use? The best answer, iterative. High degree of change, low delivery frequency. I hope you found these to be helpful, my friends. Again, go on down to hpmexam.com, sign up for the half-day boot camp. This is a tune-up for 4 hours that gets you into the right mindset for people, process, business. Very rapid. It covers all aspects of the exam, processes, process groups, knowledge areas, agile, hybrid, predictive. And I show you the interchangeable language that you should be familiar with, because PMI uses a lot of interchangeable language on the exam. And then you've got mock exams and quizzes that will boot you into shape to get you really ready for the exam. All right. I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you'll know next time I have one of these available. And look around the channel. There's thousands of videos out here, my friends, on different aspects of project management. Okay. Thank you very much. You take care and bye for now.